welcome to JoJo Crosses. This is JoJo and we are going to tour my Citycore island. It's all done, you guys. I'm so stinking excited. So this is Metropolis. You see my new flag? I put a flag up. I'm dressed for business because we're in the city, and I've had this outfit on a long time, but you know, whatever. We're good. Here's my marshal. All right, so this is our little entrance, and as you can see, we've got our little ticket areas here where we can get our subway tickets, and then this goes down into the subway, and same with over here, down to the subway. And then we've got, you know, some little subway stops over here, and you can check your transit thing and stuff like that. If you go straight on through, here's Raymond, by the way, you know, he's my city boy. This is our resident services. Today we have, you know, label here. And it's had a little vandalism going on, which is, you know, to be expected in the city. JoJo crosses. Wait, you guys did not see that. Hold on. Don't look here. Okay, don't look. What does this one say? Unibrow? Dang. Okay. And then I don't know who would have done that one. And then let's see. Squirrels rule. Wait. What? I don't know who. And. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, there's been a lot of vandalism. Okay, anyways. Now I think we're just gonna go to the left, and that way you guys can see the whole left side, and then we'll kind of circle around to the right. So I tried to put in some trees and flowers and bushes just to make it not so industrial or whatever. Here's our next cranny, and we just have some sale items out here. There's a little scooter, your shopping cart, just the basic stuff. You know, we've got a little garbage in the back. We've got some benches over here, and there's another ticket booth here, and then, you know, you can grab a drink if you want from the dispenser. Got a little trash around. Here's Able Sisters. So we've got our little sale items out front. You can go in and go shopping. And we're gonna go up this street here. And in the back here, we've got a little shipping area. This is where Nook's Cranny gets all of its deliveries and stuff in the back. And yeah, so we've got that going on. And then on this side over here is our little alleyway in the back, and there's a bakery back here. This is our Kiki's house, Kiki's Bakery. Is she home? No, she's not. She's out and about. But we base this on Kiki and Gigi, and they're both there. And then there's a little Gigi popping up over here too. And then if you continue this direction, we've got Raymond's office building. He runs the newspaper for this town. It's called New Nook. And there's a little magazine newspaper stand over here that he has on the outside in case people want to stop and get their paper. You can come on in here and grab a paper. And then if you come over here, you can see the front of the office building where he works. This is his office. And yeah, so there's that. If you want to go into his office, you have to come in through the back, which we'll go through there, but he's out and about right now, so we can't go to his house. And then down here is the back alley behind the bakery, and we have Monique out front of her place, so obviously we won't be going into that, but that is her little ice cream shop. And Monique's doing a little yoga today. She's got to work off this ice cream. We kind of went with a pink and white motif for her because she's very girly, I feel like. And I think it suits her. And then over here we have, oh, I didn't show you my map, by the way. Sorry about that. Here's my map. Our people are Gloria, which is the house I'm standing in front of right now. It's going to be our little boutique. We have Marshall. Monique, Rodney, everybody's favorite, Raymond, Zell, Kiki, Chino, Anchovy, and Hazel, and then of course Jojo. Anyway, right now we're in front of Gloria's house. She has the boutique in the in this area. Originally, I was gonna make Monique the boutique owner, but didn't quite get to that. Also, if you notice, the same vandals struck over here as well. So wait, don't look at that. You need to see that at all. Okay, anyways, and then we're gonna head over here. And like I said, there's a back way to get up to Raymond's house, and that is through here. Oh, again. Sun's out, bun's out. Oh my. I only know one guy who does that one. Okay. Anyway, this is how you get up to Raymond's house back here. And, or his, in quotes, office. Alright, we're going to continue up the street. So again, here's the little boutique. I think it turned out pretty cute. It's got some sale items out front again, and then you can go in and check it out, but she's not home. Sorry, it's Gloria, not Monique. I keep wanting to say Monique because that was the original plan. And then we have a little used car lot out here. And I made the little used car lot sign. The rest of this is, you know, Rodney's out and about as well, so he's not home for us to go check that out. But we have all this little tree-lined area back here. He's got his junker car parked in the back. We've got a little gazebo here. You can go out and check out the ocean and stuff like that. So, nice little view from here. And then we also have this section over here. Oh man, I left a stick. We've got this little section in here, just a little nature. You know, there is definitely nature in the cities, so you have to have that. Okay, and then we're gonna continue down the road around the back side of the office. And here we'll come to Anchovy's Ristorante. And he is an Italian restaurant owner, and this is his house here. And if you continue to the back where the restaurant is, where you can sit and have a wonderful bite to eat, here's all the places to sit and eat. And then if you sit at this table, you have a beautiful view of the city. Beautiful view of the city. So anyways, just saying, might want to come reserve your table at that one. Alright, and then over here we have a little coffee area that this is Marshall's little coffee shop, and you can come and have a little cup. And then we've got it on both sides. It's actually owned by Marshall and Hazel. They are a couple. So we've got Marshall here, and I don't believe he's home because he was down. Yep, he was down front. Hazel might be home though. Let's see if Hazel's home. She is. Let's go in and check it out, see what her little place looks like. I think you saw it when I did it, but we'll do it again just so you can remember. Here she is. She's the one making DIYs today. It's got just a nice little home here. Figured she's it's just a little condo type situation, so anyway, I'll say hi to her because I hate leaving and they do a question mark. But she is making a tension pole rack. Okay, great. So I will take that. Thanks, Hazel. Alright. Anyway, we'll leave her to her business right now and head over to the back of their house, which is probably my favorite spot on the entire island. It turned out better than I had hoped it would turn out. So this walkout is just, I just love it. I love my perspective view of the city. So you've got a little place you can sit and check out the whole big city in the back. And we've got our Statue of Liberty right in the middle. So definitely like we're here in New York City. Anyway, loving that. And we'll head on out of here. Oh, hi Raymond. He must be just coming away from the office. We got a little fountain up here behind resident services. And then if you continue off to the right over here, we've got this is our Chinatown area. It is owned by Zell and Shino. Zell has his music store here. This is one of the last builds that we did, one of them. And he's not home right now, but he's got all the KK music out. And he's a big KK fan, so there's that. And then we're gonna head back on out here and head to the restaurant where we have Shino living and where she works. And this is her restaurant, hers and Zell's. There's a little place to check in right here. And then if you walk on through to the back, we've got our little sushi restaurant in the back, Asian bistro type situation. And might take the subway and come out here. That's one of the possibilities. And then again, the beautiful view from this restaurant. So a couple of restaurants in the city that you can get just an absolutely lovely view. All right, and then we're gonna head back on out. And we do have a little construction going on over here. They've got a little construction, not quite sure what they're making here yet. I think they probably want to put in a gas station or something. But for right now, this is what we have going on, this little construction zone. Like they've been working hard. All right, and then if we come down, we're gonna come down and kind of reorient a little bit because now we're coming back towards the front of the island again. And so if we come past here, this is where we started. So this is the front entrance. And we had gone left and we've kind of circled around. Now we're gonna go right. And this is the actual subway building. And so if you come through here, you can see the subway comes through this area here. And then goes underground, of course. There's a little parking area if you need to pull in, pick somebody up or drop somebody off. You can grab your tickets over here, see what the schedule is, grab a drink. And then if you go on in here, we can go see that basically you're gonna end up here in the main lobby, like the main area of the subway. And then we're gonna go down, and this is where you might catch your subway down here. Go down to the subway area. And yeah, we've got our subway over here. So get onto it. Take our subway through the tunnel. So yeah. And I put tubes all over the island so that you just never know where you're going to end up. So you just grab a tube and then you can head on down to the subway and it'll be a surprise, like where you end up. And then over here, we've just got a little bathroom, public bathroom, in case people need to go to the restroom. So we have this put in over here. And then it's actually little more than a public bathroom, but whatever, you know, I'm sure people will be grateful to find a restroom. And then if we go upstairs, this is where there's a little massage business that just has a little area up here. So they put a little table up here, and then there's some lockers to put your stuff in while you get your massage, and a little waiting area out here, and a little view of the city while you're sitting here waiting to get your massage. So yeah. Anyway, we'll head on out of this house, and the other room is blocked off by a gate. All it has in it is a bed, and the one in behind over there is where I take my pictures, and doesn't really have anything in it. So just so you know, that's what that's all about. And then we're gonna come on out and continue off to the right. We've got a little bike parking area over here where people can just park their modes of transportation that are, you know, around the town. Got a little food truck area out here. You can grab yourself a hot dog, maybe a little dessert, cotton candy vendor. And you can sit over here on the bench and that overlooks the ocean, which is in front of you. Oh, I left a fossil. Oh well. And a stick. Didn't go all the way over there. Things were just growing everywhere. Alright, and then, you know, we've got to cross the street, we've got our museum here. And lots of little statues out in front. Some nature around it just to make it look kind of pretty. And this is actually Robin, a Cozy Mama. Of course, we've got backwards statue of David too, because, you know, can't have his junk in the front. Anyways, this would kind of represent the Met, which is the one that is in Central Park, or near Central Park. And then basically you just kind of come on in here, and this is, you can rent yourself a bike if you want over here at the bike rental area. And I put this little music stand here because a lot of times there's like people on the corners playing music and stuff like that. And then if you just kind of keep, oh look at Kiki, he's chilling underneath in the park. But if you kind of come on down here, walk this way, there's a little popcorn stand, cotton candy. You can come over here, have a little picnic area. Someone parked their bike and just having a picnic. There's a little pond here. And then if you continue on the path and go on up here, there's this little lake, kind of a little pond over here with some ducks around it and frogs. And then if you continue up the path here, there's a balloon vendor and a little kids playground, a little wishing well if you happen to feel lucky. And then if you just continue on around the corner, on the bike trail and stuff, head on up this way. You know, you'll find your restrooms here if you need to use a restroom. And then if you come on up here, this is the last build we did, and this was our campsite. Got a little picnic area here along the little pond. And then if you come on this direction around the path, we've got our campsite. Here's our little camping area. We've got our cooking spot, a place to hang your clothes, and a tent. And of course, we've got our little camper. And who on earth is in our campsite? Let's just see. I already told you who it was, but if you didn't watch the last video, you wouldn't have known that it was Henry. He's adorable, and I love Henry. So I thought I'll put him in here, especially since my normal go-to is Marshall, and he's already on the island. So we've got Henry. And then the last place we're going to go to is just the rest of the road down below. So we'll head on back out of Central Park. And head back on down to the rest of the roadway. So it's kind of following the path. Oops, got carried away. Went over to the little lake over there. Alright, and then once we get out of here, we're going to go to the right past the bike rental. And this is where that construction site was that we already looked at. And of course our Chinese restaurant here. And then over here we've got Leafs Florals. So Leafs Florals shop is over here. And you can come on over here, get yourself some flowers or a plant, something like that. All at your disposal. Alright, and then we're gonna just head up. The rest of this is mostly just natural area. There's a tiny little path over here. You can kind of see a tiny bit of the city. And I imagine that people would come on up here and possibly want to take some pictures and stuff. So we got someone who just kind of decided to eat their lunch by the side of the water. Maybe park their bike here and have a little something to eat. So yeah, this is it. And then here you can sit and feed the pigeons. I thought it was kind of funny to put Brewster out here and have some pigeons to feed. So anyway, that is Metropolis, and I hope you guys have enjoyed my very first ever Citycore island. I actually really did enjoy making this island. It was difficult. The roadways were frustrating, but once you got the gist of it, it was good, but it took a while to get used to. But I did really have fun making this island, and I will say I never once got bored. Also, may I note that on my island I have 1 smug, 2 smugs, 3 smugs, 4 smugs. And then I've got my one little normal, and then I've got Peppy. I've got the sisterly, lazy, Snooty, and Snooty. So yeah, those were most of the villagers that fit in. Oh, look at Marshall being as adorable as he possibly could be right now. Oh my gosh. I love him. Of course, you get your camera out and he walks away. Anyways, you know I love my squirrels. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tour of this island and the process of making this island. I'm really proud of it. It was something I was really scared of, and I'm glad I did it. So thank you so much. I definitely didn't do it as much justice of some of the pros that are out there that do this. I mean, Yayas are amazing. And then also Horrible Gaming. Kaylee Games is amazing at Towncore and Citycore, and I just can't really live up to their levels, but I definitely did the best I could, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So have a great day. I will see you guys on the next one. Again, if you have any ideas for what I should do on my next island, I would really appreciate suggestions. I'm gonna really think hard about it. I have a little trip coming up with my family soon. I guess I can say in this video because I'll be back by the time this airs, but we're going to the Bahamas, which I have never been to before, ever. And so I will have about a week to chill out there, be with the fam, and try to think of some new ideas. So you guys take care, have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. All right, thank you so much, you guys. Bye.